Welcome to the War Room. Today, we're going to talk about females and all of their male friends. I recently got a message from a viewer, and he asked what my opinion was on women who had multiple partners. And apparently, the woman that he was dealing with was still in contact with some of these men and were saying that they were just friends. And he said that he couldn't take that, and he just walked away. And he asked my opinion of it if I would do the same. Up front, I'll say off the top, fuck yes, I would. Absolutely. You did the right thing. A lot of yous did the right thing, man. Don't look back. Don't question yourself, and don't let anybody else in your sphere talk you into second guessing what your gut was already telling you. Now, in our modern times, with the technology being what it is, and the new currency being validation and attention, it's really easy to make a case for it's honest fun, or it's honest whatever, or they're just friends. that's become a mantra. But when you start to engage with a female on a personal level, and your intention is something that's a little bit longer than just smash and bounce, then there's certain things that are important as a man. Now, before I go anywhere forward in what I believe in this army of dicks is, I want to make a point. A lot of red pill content creators are still in the hurt puppy phase, and they've just, I'm fucking, all women are, and they fill in the expletive, and they're whatever they are. And okay, Roger that, that's cool. But if you're a man that's a logical thinking dude, you're going to have to engage with women on some level or another. Now, to take your toys and run, that's an option. If that's what you want to do, Roger that, do it. But again, that's a childish approach to things. That's a hurt puppy. That's a hurt puppy that wants to hide under the table right now because it thinks that it's going to get kicked every time. And if you continue to do the same shit, you piss on the carpet every time the same way, you're going to get that. But I'm going to say this. When you find a girl who isn't completely damaged, now, to think that you're going to find this flawless jewel in this culture, that's a Disney fairy tale. Now, let's just say that you find a girl with minimal damage and maximum pliability. And what that means is somebody that you see that yourself being able to mold a future with, or a longer term relationship. This is something that men don't get. And it got trained out of men somewhere along the line, and I do not understand how so many guys miss this. But when you're trying to make a girl like you, make her whatever it is, when you're having to do all this goofy shit, go get PUAs and dating coaches and all that stuff to teach you how to talk women into being interested in you, you're going to be fighting a losing battle, because you're basically trying to trick her into falling for something that isn't what it is. Because if a woman is really attracted to you, fellas, if she really is feeling you, you won't see any other men. I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm not naive or stupid at all. But what I'm saying is her focus will be so put on you that you will have to then start to lay out boundaries so she doesn't steal who you are. Okay, that's the deal. A lot of guys end up giving away who they are, trying to make a girl like them. Another side of that is if a girl really does like you, she's gonna want to consume as much of you as possible. That's the way it is. That's the way that shit works. The man's job is to be the king of that domain. All right. Now, to believe that there's all women are just worthless and all that, again, that's a coward's mindset. And again, it's kick puppy. It's kick puppy shit. Or You just been blasted on because maybe you got some bitch tendencies of your own. But there are women out there that aren't complete trash. The thing about it is they don't hang out with the women who are. So most likely they're not where you are. Now, with that said, I'm gonna go forward and talk about these army, these military of dicks that each woman has, bringing them into a situation with you. In my opinion, first and foremost, that's disrespectful as hell. But I can see what that is. I know what that is. But I want to tell you what it is. And there's no gray area in this, gentlemen. There's none. Okay? There is certain things that you have to understand. Now, before I go into what you're seeing, I'm going to Eminem the defense. All right? First of all, what you're going to hear is it's none of your business. It's none of your business about my past. My past shouldn't be this and all this. And they're going to try to explain to you why that feeling in your gut that makes you want to shit your pants and throw up when you see this, that's your problem. It's your problem because that shouldn't matter. You should take her for what the bullshit she's trying to sell you right now, even though you can see all of the other dudes that she's sold and given it to all over the background. Now that's number one. It shouldn't matter. That's the number one thing that women that have got a smashed out body count, it's the first thing they're going to tell you. It shouldn't matter. It absolutely should. Then we're going to go into step two. Step two is you're insecure. You're insecure. So what that is that's an attack on your ball sack. What that's supposed to do is make you feel like you're a pussy because you feel threatened by all these dudes circling her wagon with their bone in their hand. That usually works for weak men. And if it's worked on you, what you need to understand is that wasn't anything but a fucking weapon. Okay? What that does is it makes you feel small for having those feelings. Insecurity isn't always a bad thing. We all have them, and to deny it, to act like we don't, that's some fake macho shit, and you don't want that dude on your team. The guy that acts like he's not afraid of anything, and that dude is the guy that's gonna get your ass in trouble when the shit really starts going down. When you think this dude's got your six, he's gonna be shitting his pants on the ground, crying, trying to dig a hole, because something scares all of us. And when you walk around and act like, oh man, you got yours, everyone's vulnerable. All right. So don't take that as a bullet. Eat that. Catch that shit in your mouth and spit it out. Because I'm gonna put it in the context that makes it make more sense and make you understand what you're feeling. If you got a brand new car and you put a security system on it, you don't put that security system on it because you're afraid of the car or any of that. The security system is you're afraid of somebody trying to bust into your car, right? So you put the security system on, you chirp it up, beep, beep, and you bounce. Well, when you come out, your security system doesn't need to go off if you walk out and you see 15 dudes surrounding your car with ski masks and tire irons. There's some nefarious shit going on. Now, the alarm that you have in your stomach when you see that, the alarm doesn't have to go off in your car. It's going off in your gut. The moment that they touch the car, that's too late. When you see them around the car, your internal alarm goes off. So the insecurity that you feel, it's not something to feel weak about. That is the universe saying, get some. Okay? That's what it is. So you stand your ground and you eat this insecurity bullet. The next one is you're controlling. Okay? Now that's the final death blow of a woman that doesn't want to give up the access codes to her DMs, password to whatever avenue. She doesn't want you to, that's what that is. So what that is she took you from none of your business bitch to you're insecure punk to you're a bully. And that's the progression. That's the progression because she knows she's fucking lying. Here's what you're seeing, guys. The dudes that you see in her likes and her comments, the guys that she's going back and forth with, the dudes that are just friends from her past and all that shit, those are guys that have smashed her, that are smashing her, that are trying to smash her, or she's trying to get them to smash. 4 options. That's it. There's no gray area there. But that's not those guys. Those are the dudes that she's really not worried about. Those guys can know about each other, not know each other. They don't. Those guys are expendable because those guys are aplenty. The real dudes are the guys in the DMs. You might see a like here or there from those guys. Those are the 3 a.m. hey girl callers that she cancels on all 16 of you fools to go do nasty shit with. That's what you're seeing. So the bully tactic is because she doesn't want you to get a hold of her device and find out about that dude. She's not worried about the guys in the open because they've all been trained to keep their fucking mouth shut. Those are the guys that you see. That's why your insecurity alarm is going off. And that's why you have to be in control of your life and tell that bitch to get stepping out.